Thank you, Sarah. Southeast Minnesota legislators are checking 2025 wish lists as politicians prepare to work on policies in St. Paul next week. Monday is set to be the start of this year's legislative session. It could be a divisive one as there's currently a dispute by Republicans over a House seat. It may have Democrats boycotting the start of the session. Even as all of that's unfolding, though, KIMT News 3's Evan Berg is joining us in studio after he spoke with a pair of state representatives here in Olmsted County. Evan, what are lawmakers hoping for in the year ahead?
Jess, Representatives Tina Liebling and Dwayne Quam have a lot of policies they want to discuss in the year ahead. But for both of them, the big one is the budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. Lawmakers are hoping that will happen at some point this session to avoid a government shutdown. But all eyes will really be on the first few weeks. DFL Representative Tina Liebling from Rochester says a DFL boycott could happen, and if it does, she may be participating. The reason is to wait until the House has all 134 seats filled and both parties have equal representation. A special session on January 28th in District 40B is why Republicans have a one-seat advantage right now. A judge determined the man elected in 40B did indeed not live in that district. Aside from the drama expected at the beginning, Representative Liebling says once things do get started, she hopes to help the Judiciary Finance Committee fund state courts and work on some personal projects.
I'm going to continue working to get the private insurance companies out of our public health care programs, which has been something I've been working toward for a very long time. And I think people can understand that private insurance companies are not our friend.
Representative Dwayne Quam says he'd prefer to get started on time next week, despite DFL concerns about the vacancy in the House, especially with a potential budget shortfall on the horizon in 2028. Outside of the budget, he says he'd like to work on expanding telehealth to rural communities through EMT services.
Blood pressure, other things, give push meds so that a half-hour appointment doesn't require hour and a half or 2 hours each way for that person.
Despite the uncertainty about the start of the session, both legislators will be getting together with colleagues to prepare for the year ahead. Back to you, Jess.
All right, thank you, Evan. Republicans are suing over the timeline of the special election, saying it needs to be pushed back. The Minnesota Supreme Court is scheduled to hear the case next week.